Good evening, rockers. Vegas Rock got us here on the rocks. Total entertainment coming to you live from Las Vegas. Today, this is the second show of 2025. Super excited. We've got a lot of great bands coming up, so definitely stay tuned. Tonight is no exception. I have Enemy of Fate. This is a great band out of Sacramento, California. Female powerful lead singer. So this is going to be a great show. So let's get started. Let Tiffany in and get the party started. Hey, Tiffany, can you hear me?
Hi, yes.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I've really been looking forward to this interview.
Oh, that's so sweet of you.
Your,
Me
yeah,
too.
your band is really killer. And when I saw you on TikTok, I was like blown away. You are such a powerful vocalist.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that so much.
And women in power, man, in metal, let me tell you, this is going to be
Yes,
a great interview. Let's get to it.
absolutely.
Now, when did you guys form this band?
So I was actually a solo project initially about a year and a half ago. Um, I was at home having a business meeting with one of our partners, who is Alan Wheeler of Vale. And he's been in a number of many major touring bands, and he was looking for a female artist to add to the development roster that he had. And my husband, of course, um, punts me right out of my comfort zone and throws me into the fire. And he's like, "Well, Alan, we got a vocalist sitting right here," and he points at me. So we come back to the house, and I made them kind of like The Voice. I made them both turn around and turn away from me, and I threw on a Lady Gaga song and started belting. And Alan swung around in his chair. He's like, "Where have you been?" So that's kind of how the venture of Tiffany and music and Enemy of Fate started. And a couple of weeks later, got into the studio. I had no idea what I was going to write about. So in the quiet of my home one day, I just started writing basically like a goodbye letter to my dad. And that turned into our first debut song, Dear Dad. And that released in September of last year, or 23, excuse me.
I mean, you've got some great, powerful tunes. I mean, personal favorites, The Light, End of Tomorrow. What a great, powerful song.
Thank you.
I just, like I said, TikTok is one of those platforms. Of course, it went dark for like 12 hours and I thought I was
Right?
going to lose my mind. I'm like, where are my bands? I'm like, but
I know everybody
anyway,
went into a panic. We're a baby TikTok band.
I
We just
know.
have been opening up our account for probably the last 2.5 months and showcasing, and then
Yeah.
it
And
just
you
goes
guys
dark.
do such a great job showcasing. And I think, with the way that I like to interview bands, right, like I said, right away, visually, your band is incredible live.
Thank you. Yes, very proud of the guys.
Yes. And how is the music industry for you guys in Sacramento right now?
Oh, Sacramento's popping. I believe you're in the Vegas or LA
Yeah,
area. You're in the
Vegas.
Vegas area, yeah. So I lived in Vegas for a while. Vamps is a huge
Oh, yes.
venue, right, for Vegas, and there's a few other, the Griffith and a few others in Vegas. Um, Sacramento is a huge metalcore alternative rock scene right now. It's kind of blowing up, so we're heavily threaded in the region. And it kind of goes from the Central Valley of California, which is like Modesto area, and north. So regionally, this whole scene has a tremendous skill and amazing art. So we're very proud to be a part of the scene here.
Yeah, definitely. And I think with the amount of bands that are coming out of the woodwork right now,
Mhm.
your band is standing out because again, you have original material.
Yes.
Because this is, a debate with a lot of bands that I've been talking to, we all love the cover bands. Okay.
Hmm.
We all love the tribute bands. There is a
Yes.
difference.
Yes.
And I think for a rocker such as myself for a long time. I won't tell you how long because then I'm going to give my age away. But anyway,
Same
um,
girl.
but anyway, um, people are hungry for original material.
Mhm,
Now, I know a lot of bands are starting to throw in some covers,
mhm.
which heard some amazing cover tunes.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on how that part of the industry is going with bands now?
Um, I think there's this wave of the younger generation um that is really tapping into the value and quality of our older, you know, millennial and Gen X music.
Right?
And they're rewriting it in a way that is relatable to them. And so, I think in that sense, it's an honor. It pays a nod in a positive way to seasoned artists who have been around for decades. Um, Enemy of Fate did a cover of Breath, which is I'm a huge Breaking Benjamin fan. And
Oh
so
my gosh.
that
Tell me
one
about it.
really touches me in the breath really touches me in a personal way. So I felt like I wanted to honor the person that I was singing that song for in a different way. So I don't I think it's a great opportunity for new artists who are fresh to writing, who don't necessarily have an entire band to write and compose their own music, to dive into the industry. Am I a big fan of bands that are solely cover unless they're a tribute band? No. I mean, I do think that there's a level of artistic creativity that needs to be displayed. But if that's how they're feeling it and they're able to write it and convey a message, maybe in a different way than the original artist, I'm all about it.
Yeah, and I think a lot of these bands are playing multiple projects.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, say the guitarist might be in a cover band, but he's in another band which has all original material.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, like I said, there's a catch 22 with it, but I think we're getting in flooded right now with strong hard rock, late 80s, early 70s kind of mix,
Mm-hmm.
which is great, I think, kind of bringing it back to old school. What do you think?
I love it. I love it. It's the music that I grew up on, and art music is the one universal language that we all have. Some parts of our lives are remembered or honored or saddens us through music. So I think that's awesome. I love hearing the new stylistic ways that people are able to convey stories and sounds of our classic rock artists.
Yeah,
It
and
kind
we're
of
getting
bridges the gap of
right,
generations too.
and we're getting a new generation of rockers, you
Yes.
know, and we're kind of giving it to them old school,
Hmm.
and they think it's brand new for them,
Yeah. Yeah.
which
It
is
feels new and it's
yeah,
exciting for them. And I love watching that. I love watching the artists on TikTok and other platforms that jump on and it'll take a really deep, deeply enrooted pop song. And then they'll turn it into something a little bit more melodic and alternative rock and slow. A lot of crossover going on, which I think is great for the industry.
yeah, for sure. So, how's your touring plans? What's going on? Because you guys are all over the place.
We are busy this year. Yeah, so we're actually in the middle of booking our tour out now. We'll be actually on the road for about 3 weeks. We're going to be kicking things off in April, going up to the Northwest. So we'll be up in Oregon and Seattle and Portland area, and then we'll be jaunting in May through the middle of May to the beginning of June through Midwest and East. So we'll be starting in Iowa and working our way up and across to the Carolinas and up north to Boston and back around through Michigan. So we'll be all over the coast or the
Incredible.
Northwest or
And you've got
Northeast.
an incredible show in North Hollywood coming up on April 17th.
Hmm.
Let's talk a little bit about that. That one is with Kill Devil Hill.
Yes.
I am a huge fan. Great, great band to
Yeah,
be
we're
touring
really
with.
excited to bring our music down to LA again. We headlined at Chain Reaction last year, and it was just the energy there and getting to enjoy the other bands that played on the set. It was awesome. So we're excited to be getting back to the LA area and playing at such a monumental venue at the Whiskey A Go Go.
Oh yeah, for sure. And this tour, it sounds like you guys are going to be like busy, which
Yes,
is great.
we're going to bring it hard, hot and heavy.
So are you guys trying to get some time in there for some more recording, or what's going on?
Yes, we record throughout the year. So we take pockets of time, and I'm always writing. So I write all of our tracks, and uh then we schedule time like quarterly to go down to our producer and lay down the vocals and be sure everything's dialed in instrumentally. So we kind of have music already slated out for all of 25 that we'll be releasing, about every 6 to 8 weeks. We'll have a new song coming out. So Kill Switch is our first track coming out for 2025. And we've got, like I
Nice.
said, a ton of music. We're so excited to be on unfolding this year.
Which is going to be amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, let's talk about like you're doing this tour. Let's talk about who's in your band. Since
Yes.
they didn't get to come on tonight, let's start with
They,
your guitar player. Who's
yeah, they have a commitment tonight, so they
yeah,
weren't able to make it.
yeah.
Jerome Halal is our lead guitarist. He actually started the band as my bassist, and then we had some change in members pretty quickly when some realized it was like going to be, oh, she's serious. This isn't going to be like a hang out, kick it kind of band. We're going to
Right,
be
right.
working. So he was promoted into the lead guitarist role, and he's killing it. He just vibes with the music and just goes hard live. So Kevin Sorrow has many years of experience. He was in Dance Gavin Dance some time ago, so he's been playing for 20 years, and he's our rhythm guitarist. He kind of holds down the mid fort in the band. And then we have Dakota Benninger, who is our bassist, and Nick Huggy Bear Morgan, who is our drummer. So yeah,
Nice.
it's just a band of brothers and, one pain in the butt sister. So
Well, hey, you're really holding down the fort pretty well there.
yes, ma'am. You have to. Everybody gets a little realty at times. It's like we haven't played a live show since October. We
Oh,
opened for
yeah.
10 years in Concord Divide, and that was our last show, and we were set to go on tour right after that show, and several of us caught COVID, and it was like,
Oh,
no way can the vocalist be out there with, 104-degree temp and no vocals. So
yeah.
we unfortunately had to cancel our tour down south and playing at the Whiskey A Go Go and some other places down south. So they're ready. They're ready to be back in front of our live fans and just giving it to them.
Sometimes it's meant to be, in that way you get your vocals rested and you're ready to go out on this like major tour here.
Yes. Yeah, we're ready.
Pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So is the April 17th show your very next one, or like what is your next show right now?
Well, I would say yes. We do have a March show that we are waiting on confirmation on. So
Okay.
as soon as that show is locked in, we'll be announcing that one. But they're still in negotiations.
Oh,
So
okay.
I don't
Yeah.
I don't bother with all of that. The management
You
team
just
handles
show
all that.
up. You just show up for
They
the show, and
yes,
that's your
they just
job.
message me and go, you need to be here on this day at this time. It's
Right.
okay.
Crazy enough, right?
Yes.
So, what are there any other projects that you guys are going to be working on besides the new music? You got the tour.
Mm-hmm.
Do you loan your vocals out to anybody else? Are you like dibbling dabbling?
We actually have a few bands that have reached out and are very interested in collabing with the vocalists, me. So, and I am one to not be boxed into any one particular style or genre. So I actually am going to be launching another project here in the next 2 months that's kind of a country crossover
Oh, very
project.
cool.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you'll see kind of a Carrie Underwood vibe,
Nice.
believe it or not. So country crossover pop, um, a little Lady Gaga, a little more R&B than you would get from Enemy of Fate, but it's, still classic Tiffany, I think. So yeah, I'm always open to opportunities and adventures and just diversifying in the music world.
Yeah, it kind of keeps you fresh too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you'll go off to that and then you'll come back. Yeah, you'll be ready for some stronger vocals, or,
Yeah.
whatever it may be at the time.
Vocal delivery when you're storytelling in different genres is so vastly different. The styles and the tools, the vocal, instrument itself has to deliver in different ways to get different sounds, right? So it just kind of is an eclectic um way of sharing history and stories. And yeah, so we're really excited.
Yeah, that's going to be like the best when you can tell a fresh story, you
Mhm.
know, to your
In a
audience.
different way,
Right.
not
Of course.
necessarily screaming in the mic or super soft melodic or big ballad.
Yeah.
It's just different textures and styles and tones, and yeah, makes a
So
huge
is
difference.
so is Lady Gaga one of your favorite vocalists, or do you have a few?
She is. I'm just as eclectic in my music palette as a listener as I am as an artist. I grew up on Motown, so Aretha Franklin and Gladys Knight and the Pips and Stevie Wonder, and we have the classic rock genre, classic Ozzy, Def Leppard. From the pop side, yeah, I'm a huge fan of Lady Gaga. I wholly respect that she is fully authentic in herself and just doesn't care. She will put out a country album and then come back and do more of her edgy rock album, and I honor that, and her vocals sound. Same with Adele, huge Adele fan
Right.
too.
Yeah, when I saw Lady Gaga in Metallica, let me tell you something. That performance blew me away. It
Yes.
totally changed my interpretation of what type of an artist she was, because I'm like, wow. I mean,
She's a
she's
powerhouse.
incredible.
Yes. And when I was doing research on her, I didn't know she actually composed and produced a lot of the Top Gun 2 music. So it wasn't even her singing on the tracks. It was just her ornate ability to create beautiful tones and structures. So
Right.
yeah,
So
she's just
crazy.
such an overall well-rounded artist. I wholly respect her.
Yeah. I mean, I love Miley Cyrus too. I
Yes.
think she's an amazing rock singer. I don't
Mhm.
think she gives herself enough credit for that.
Yes,
I mean,
absolutely. Demi
great.
Lovato too. I mean, she kind of rides in the lower wave, but she's a powerhouse too. So,
Yeah, crazy.
yeah.
But before we wrap this up, Tiffany, why don't you tell the viewers where they can find your band, all the information, tour dates?
Yeah, the best place to go is our website on enemyoffate.com. So as we're confirming and mapping out um that tour map, which will be in the next week or so, we'll have that posted and you can follow along on our website, get your tickets there. You'll be able to view new music there. And of course, Enemy of Fate official on all of the socials in our YouTube channel where you can see all of our music videos and visualizers and all of that stuff.
And you guys got some cool merch too, right?
Yes, absolutely we do.
Very cool. Very cool. I just love talking to you. I feel like I can talk to you for like hours
Oh, thank you.
about the business. It's so crazy right now, the direction that it's going,
Mhm.
in a good way, in a
Yeah.
totally good way. Um,
Yeah, and watching artists just kind of get from behind the screen of TikTok and the socials and doing, their reels and creative content, which is also vastly important in the industry today, but actually going out and doing live shows. I think my big motto for 2025 is get out and support your live music scene,
yes. I
because
mean,
that's where you're really going to find and fall in love with some amazing artists.
yeah, I mean, people have to get out and see live music. They need to
Mhm.
buy merch. Merch is
Yes.
what's keeping these bands alive,
Hmm.
you
And
know?
just tickets to the show too.
Yeah.
And buy
I
them
mean,
from the bands when you can, instead of using, universal links. If you can get tickets from your bands, do that, because that money goes directly to them
yeah,
and it keeps
Eventbrite
them,
has
in
been
the studio.
you use Eventbrite a lot?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
And then
I mean,
we'll have ticket links on our website that are done through the back end of our website. But yeah, we do have tickets for Whiskey a Go Go on the April show, are available through Eventbrite.
okay, which is great.
Yeah.
Now, has the California fires affected your band at all?
For traveling, I think it's really rocked the entire state. we're about 6.5 hours away, 7 hours away from LA. So health wise, no. But so many of us have family that lives in the LA area that have been riddled by these fires. So it's just kind of rocked the state. So we're saying prayers. We're also fundraising on our link tree for the LA fire victims. So
yeah, and they can also contact the Red Cross, which is
yes.
a great organization, and all that
Mhm.
money goes directly to the LA fires
Yes,
in your
absolutely.
area.
And supporting the SPCA's in the area too, that are
Yes,
housing, pets, and evacuation shelters are listed too on our TikTok and our all of our socials. So yeah, resources, definitely reach out and DM us. We're happy to connect people with resources if they need it. And
and
just
there's a
saying
lot of
prayers for
rock
all.
fans here in Vegas that have a lot of family, friends, that have lost their homes.
Yeah.
So our prayers go out to them,
Mhm.
and let's hope that this gets resolved at some point.
Mhm.
But I'm glad to hear your band is okay and you're ready to go.
Yes, absolutely.
So,
Bringing a little joy to LA here pretty soon.
right, tell the band I said hi.
I will.
Let's keep in touch, and we'll do a follow up later in the summer and check in with you and see how you guys are doing.
That sounds
It was
great.
great to meet you. I'll send you the link when the show is posted over the weekend.
Sounds good. Thank you so much
Okay.
for having us.
Take care and keep the music alive.
Thank you. We absolutely will. We'll see you soon.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye.
Wow. Enemy of Fate. This is a great band to watch out for in 25. They are not playing, people. They're out there and they're going to be on the road this spring and summer. So definitely check them out. And you can find all of our shows on YouTube, vegasrockgoddess.com. So definitely check out On the Rocks. Always like and subscribe to On the Rocks, because you never know who I will